Turrell around Phoenix. I'd been planning my land art road trip for 3 months. Ever since I got up early on February 1st to make a reservation to see a project called the Lightning Field, which is near a little town in New Mexico called Quemado. I couldn't decide between a route through Flagstaff or a more southern route through Arizona to the Phoenix area. Headed south because I wasn't going to get in or even anywhere near James Turrell's Rodin Crater. Hope to see it someday, but at present you need to be a museum director or someone able to shell out $6,600 for dinner in the crater. Phoenix had 3 Turrells, a sky space I'd seen when it opened in 2002, a wall aperture at the Phoenix Museum of Art, and a fairly new sky space in Tempe. As with the rest of the trip, I was impulsive. Just used a hotel app to find a room the night before I headed to the next place. I ended up at the Moxie, an almost tragically hip new hotel in Tempe, with a playful lobby and very friendly staff. Everything except for the bed hangs on the wall. It was great to be 2 blocks from Turrell's Heir Apparent. Surprisingly, I got to see it by myself. I'm really interested in developing a contemplative state of mind while viewing art. Spending 90 minutes inside Heir Apparent at dusk got me into a flow state, calmed me down after 2 hours on the freeway with wobbly trucks getting too close during an intense windstorm. Now in a state of bliss. Here are a few other Turrell pieces. Amazing how much he has accomplished in just 74 years. That's the stair in the forbidden Rodin Crater project, the sky space canopy I was sitting under in Tempe, and the stairs up to one of the Ganzfield pieces. No, you don't usually get to go in naked, but one of my students was allowed to sing an opera aria inside the Ganzfield at the LA County Art Museum, which was amazing. I had been at the opening of Turrell's Night Rise in 2002, which was part of a retrospective of his work at the Scottsdale Museum of Contemporary Art. That's where I became a fan of his work. On this trip, while I was inside the space with the ellipse open to the sky, a dad told his son that they were lucky to see this piece with rapidly moving clouds. At the 2002 show, I waited in line for 2 hours in order to lay in a coffin-sized metal drawer and be rolled into a potentially panic attack-inducing 8-foot metal sphere. The one-person light show was beautiful, and I think the anxiety made the memory more vivid. You enter Night Rise from the museum building, passing a spectral wall painted by an artist. The partition separating the sky space from the street was a beautiful design by James Carpenter Design Associates, collaborating with Turrell and the architect for the museum, Will Bruder. Bruder also designed the architectural shell of the Tempe sky space. My last Turrell for this visit was an illuminated wall aperture at the Phoenix Museum of Art. Good to see that, but I thought the vast modern building was too large for what is an otherwise a small, random, and lowish quality collection. It feels like all the money got spent on an edifice complex appealing to the museum's board of directors. Oh well. Next time I'll go to the Heard Museum across the street, said to be the best collection of American Indian art anywhere. Back on the road, although my route was different than this plan. It was my first improvised trip in years, so I skipped things and rerouted based on suggestions of interesting people I met along the way. I enjoyed my visit to Tempe. A great, but rather hot, town with wonderful amenities and full of creative design. That's because of the sprawling Arizona State University campus ASU has a well-regarded school of architecture. Off to Springerville, Arizona, the closest town with a motel, on my way to the lightning field.